Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is David, and today I'm running a game of Masks. Masks is a Powered by the Apocalypse game of young superheroes. It is written by Brandon Conway of Magpie Games. It's a good fun game, sort of based on, as I say, sort of young superhero media, things like Teen Titans, Young Justice, all that sort of thing. So where this game is being organized through the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is an online role-playing club. We sort of have a calendar. We schedule games like this where we get together and play. We also have a monthly gaming zine called Codex. We have a series of podcasts as well. All those are well worth checking out. You can find out more about everything that we get up to at our website, which is at gauntlet-rpg.com. I'll put a link to that down below anyway. But if you do want to check that out, then please do so. We have like forums and stuff as well, so you can catch up with us through a variety of different means. Yeah, as I said, today we're getting together to play a game of Masks. This is our third session of 4. We will be introducing a new character into our game today as well. But first, I will ask my players to introduce themselves and the characters. I'll go through in character keep order. Greg, if I can start with you, if that's okay.
Yeah, I'll be playing Sheila O'Brien. She is the bull, and what her power is that she has some sort of magical bloodline, and so when she uses her strength, she slowly turns into a troll-ish kind of figure, hairy, big teeth, big claws, and the bug-in is actually it's a mythical creature from the Isle of Man. That's where the story originated. And so, yeah, she actually escaped Ireland from these creatures and is with her uncle. They had killed her parents, and so she's a woman, tall, Irish, tall and gangly, guarded, quick to anger, gets her clothing from Goodwill, but stylish enough.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much. Rich, if you'd like to introduce yourself and tell us about who you're playing today.
Hey, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and I am happy to be playing the Janus, which is kind of the Spider-Man archetype. My character's name is Pryor Perez, but his superhero name is Knockback, because all the good names are taken. He has energy absorption and impossible mobility. He also wears a mask that he can use to swap around a couple of his labels or stats. And he has, he has a bunch of mundane life obligations like pizza delivery, playing on the Samuel Clayman High School baseball team, and hanging out with his best friend, Xie. His dad is a supervillain, but he's totally retired and not doing supervillain stuff anymore, or so he says. Talking on mute, David.
I am indeed on mute. I am talking to myself here, just for a change. So yeah, thank you for that. Stephen, if you'd like to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about who you'll be playing today, and we'll then get into sort of going through some of your backstory and relationships with the other characters.
Yeah, I am playing Carson or Cold Snap. Carson is, as I was writing down, absurdly straight-laced. He wears a school uniform, even though there is not a school uniform. And his costume, if you look over to the Gauntlet City web wiki, it is basically like just a dark blue variation of the Red Exorcist. He is living his life a lot for like uniforms and like I said, order and whatnot. But I'm certain, given knowing my past history of everyone I've ever played, things will end up a hot mess for him before long. His powers are elemental control. I went with ice and cold just so that, considering we have like so far, it looks like 2 people in this run with fire control. And his unique ability is that he monsters out in ice armor.
Nice. I like it.
And his I should note, his mentor, he is the protege. His mentor is Red Exorcist, who is also a bit of a mentor to Pavel's character, who isn't here this evening.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, and Red Exorcist is a sort of works, or at least worked for, a kind of hero for hire company. She is magically talented and fights supernatural creatures, but much like her young protege, she is quite straight-laced and quite dedicated to doing things by the books, and definitely sees the supernatural forces that she works with as a dangerous thing that need to be controlled, rather than reveling in them. I suppose is probably the way to put it. Awesome. So yeah, just go through. If you'd like to go through your backstory questions quickly. We don't need to get a huge amount of detail for these, but just to give us a little view of your character. So yeah, how did you first meet your mentor?
Oh, yeah. How did we meet? I think yeah. Let's go with, I think actually that my mom is a former member of her team that I will think of a name for my mom's retired super name afterward, like in a bit, but I think that's what I'll go with.
Yeah, sure thing. That's perfect. And when and why did you choose to train with them?
I think probably the reason my mom retired is that she suffered an injury that meant she couldn't go, and she didn't really want to train me herself. So I haven't entirely told her that I'm training with the Red Exorcist.
Sure thing. And why did the Red Exorcist agree to train you?
I think because she does embody superior. She does just sort of she's basically dismissive of the entire idea that what if one has superpowers, one should walk away from being a superhero.
Yeah.
And I think that definitely she is dismissive of any concerns that like, I think pretty fair concerns that my mom might have.
Yeah, that is fair. Awesome. Thank you. And who else outside of the team knows about your training?
Oh, I think my younger sibling, uh, Marcus, who frequently tries to get me to tag along with me. Like I kind of imagine that actually like we both have. He also has cold powers, and he's like constantly trying to get me to tag along as like my sidekick Snowball or something. But am definitely against that. He's like 10.
Brilliant, thank you. And the last question there, the one we always have. Why do you care about the team? Or I suppose what I might ask this one slightly differently. What has, because I think we've given what we've had so far, it probably makes sense if we establish that maybe Cold Snap is going to be a new member to the team. But how do you think? So yeah, I mean, it's still sort of mostly the same question: is why do you care about the team, or why might you want to join the team? Phrase it how you choose.
I mean, I think, and I think it's a little bit uh it's a little bit. I don't know. I don't know how this game of masks have gone. But given how they usually go, I think the Red Exorcist at some point has let me know that there is this group of hot messes that is in need of some discipline.
The last session. I'll do a proper recap shortly, but yeah, the last session did see them destroy a large section of the local amusement park in a fight against a supervillain.
And I mean, I'm not at all jealous that you know Red Exorcist has this new kid that they're training.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Perfect. Okay, that's brilliant. Thank you. So yeah, we'll just quickly go through, and if you want to look at your relationship questions, and we'll get you hooked in. As ever, if anyone has any like hanging relationship questions of their own they want to link into Carson, that is cool. Or if you just have an idea of like how you may know each other, or what you may think of each other, that's also cool. But yeah, so if you would like to again, go through in either order, but if you would like to link anyone in with these questions, so you have the ones we've got are you and Blank teamed up a few times before the rest of you came together, and your mentor is cautious. They asked you to keep an eye on Blank.
Oh yeah, I think she's definitely asked me to keep an eye on Buggin.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. A large portion of the destruction caused at the amusement park was when Buggin lost control of their powers and went on a rampage. And also there's been established that their obviously Buggin's power does come through sort of a magical bloodline, so it's definitely in Red Exorcist's wheelhouse. Yeah, does that sound cool to you, Greg? Oh, sorry, you're in there. Yeah, cool. Perfect, thank you.
And yeah, and Pryor, do you think that we might have teamed up a few times well, if I'm new, this does well, yeah, before me joining this team, perhaps is the way we'll read that.
That sounds cool to me. I have a relationship that I've never assigned called Blank knew you from your civilian life first, so perhaps Red Exorcist and Superior, Pryor's dad, have some kind of maybe Red Exorcist is friendly, but is kind of like the parole officer checking on Superior, and then Carson and Pryor knew each other from that. What do you think?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, and I think again from my knowledge of Red Exorcist, they are obviously they are on they are a hero, but they are sort of more on that hero for hire type side of things rather than being a kind of devoted crusader for right and justice. So and likewise, I think Superior is that, but from the villain side, in that they're
It's true. Maybe they even worked a job together.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Weird. One of those Juggernaut has joined the X-Men kind of moments where the bad guy's doing good stuff, but not for the best reason.
Yeah. Cool.
And I've definitely gone with business. So I give influence to no one.
Awesome. Brilliant. That's so we will what we'll do is I would like we will a little time will have passed since I will quickly recap on sort of what has happened so far, just for the benefit primarily of Stephen, but also for if nothing else, reminding myself too. So the in our first session, Buggen was, or rather, I should say, Sheila was confronted by someone calling themselves the Green Man, who was a kind of plant-based person. The Nightbolt, Buggen, and Knockback fought them off. Then that was sort of our first session. Then we on our second session there was some relationship drama, and a date happened at the amusement park, Randy Rabbit's amusement park, which is just in the district. There was a big fight broke out there when Lord Midnight, a sort of Silver Age kind of cape and minions supervillain, turned up. The team mobilized against him, but in the process, in particular, Buggen was their powers sort of got the better of them. They ended up throwing the Ferris wheel across the park after trying to stop it from crushing people, and in general, of destruction was created. We kind of ended pretty much hard on the end of the fight last session, just because of how the timing worked out. So yeah, I think it has now been. As I said, a few days have passed. The reports from the of the event have been very mixed. There is obviously lots of the usual. They stopped a powerful supervillain. That was good. That was a job well done. However, there is a lot of concern being raised about how how these young heroes with no guidance running around causing more problems than they're solving, and should Aeon be getting more involved in policing people with superpowers? All the usual controversy. So that's sort of very much the aftermath of the thing that you'll all been dealing with. So I am going to, the first thing I would like to do is just check in with knockback, if you would like to make your whatever it's called, your sort of time passes moves. Yeah.
Sure. Time passes. Roll with mundane to see how you're managing your obligations. And my mundane is a 3, so here we go. That will be a 3 plus a 3. It seems that I am not doing well, but I mark potential. Oh,
excellent.
no.
So,
on a miss, you haven't given your normal life anywhere near the attention it deserves. The GM chooses 2 obligations that are going to bite you in the butt.
Yeah. So, I think, yeah, I think that there has been a lot of one of the things that's definitely been going on over the last couple of days, whilst this sort of media circus has been going on, is obviously Chejung was caught up in the midst of things, and obviously not being in some sort of disguise or altered form. The sort of pics of them being kind of in the thick of things have been got out, and they have been one of the focuses of the of kind of they've had lots of reporters and stuff hounding them for interviews. They are and so that's one thing that they are sort of being hounded by reporters. And obviously you trust them not to say anything about you, but it has put them in a bit of a spot, and they're not entirely happy with the position that they've been placed in. Then the other thing that we have, I think, going on is the sort of the next round of the sort of local baseball tournament, the inter-school baseball tournament is coming up. So you have been there have been tons of extra practices and stuff called in. You are expected. You're struggling at the minute to find any time away from the practice fields.
Okay.
Does that sound cool?
I like it.
Good. Perfect. Thank you. So, with that, I think I'd just like to come in on a scene in well, I think I'd like I'll get everyone just to frame up a little quick scene of because I'm quite interested to see how Sheila is coping in the aftermath of what happened. I'd like to see some of Pryor juggling his obligations, and sort of a little introduction to Carson and how they fit into the school, and what they're up to. I think I will check in first with you, Sheila. So how do you think that you've been feeling since the attack at the amusement park?
Yeah. So Sheila, I would say she's been avoiding the other team members. She's kind of ashamed. She's never lost control in that fashion, so that surprised her. And she's also, is kind of ashamed or embarrassed by it. or both, I'd say. And so she's kind of avoided the other team members, and we'll say she's been hanging out with Pryor's friend, Jejung, and
Yep.
of course hanging out with Pryor as well, not knowing that he's knockback. So yeah, I would say she's kind of in that way. Let me think one other thing. She's thinking about the Green Man a bit. Yeah, well, let's just say she's also well, she told her uncle about the Green Man, and he had a strange reaction, as if he wasn't saying everything.
Sure. Yeah. Cool. I think maybe I might quite like to see just a little bit of that scene with your uncle, as we've not seen him on screen yet. So,
And we'll say she hasn't told her uncle that she lost control. She's kept that a secret or whatever.
yeah, sure thing. And yeah, you I was going to say, I presume he is aware of the whole situation with.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's one evening you've just finished up dinner, and yeah, your uncle says, so how are you doing, love? Is everything going okay at the new school and that?
Yeah, fine. Well, actually, have you heard of something called the Green Man?
I've heard a little. What's your interest in it?
He popped up. I was on my way to school, and he is, just kind of rose up out of the woods. I was taking the path. I was right outside of school, where near the ball fields, where they, on the edge of campus, and he just kind of appeared, and he knew who I was.
That's strange. I maybe it's just one of these supervillains just putting on a costume. I can't imagine that. I mean, the Green Man's just a myth, nothing more than that.
Because we're supposed to be safe here, right? Coming all the way over the ocean, they weren't going to find us here, right?
That's what I'd hoped, love. I didn't. I thought if we put a bit of distance between us and home, we might be a little safer for you. But maybe I was wrong.
And she starts crying, and she's like, I lost control. I don't think this is going to work out. I don't think I'm ever going to be. I don't think I'm ever going to fit in, and I don't think I'll ever be safe. Right? I don't think I belong here.
Come on now, girl. You'll be fine. I know all this stuff is hard to deal with. I can't imagine what it's like for you, but you'll get that control back, and you'll do fine. I know you will. And I think he is going to try and shift your labels here. And I think he is going to try and put your I think he's going to try and put your freak down and your mundane up as he is trying to just pacify, mollify you.
Yeah, I think I'll go with that.
Sure thing. And he'll make a pot of tea and pour you a mug and say, I know your father had it was never quite the same for him as it was for you, but when he was younger, when he was first learning how to do what he did, it's not easy. It's there's a price to everything, and sometimes the magic takes more from you than it gives back. And he just sort of pats you on the shoulder and says, "But you'll get there, dear, and I have faith in you."
So she's like, yeah, okay. And I will say he touches her, and instinctively, what I'm looking to do is hurt someone or break something. She just slams her fist down and like breaks the table. She's like, don't touch me! And when she breaks it, she just starts crying, realizing she, that burst of anger was like losing control.
Yeah. And he kind of takes a couple of steps back and looks like genuinely frightened by the outburst, but he sort of says, "It's all right now, love. Just take a breath. It'll all be fine. And I'm sorry for touching you without warning."
And she's like, "I'm sorry," and then she just gives him a big hug and starts crying. And she's like, I thank you. I'd be all alone without you.
Don't worry, lass. You'll be. I won't leave you. I'll make sure you're safe.
And I'll say she doesn't say anything. She just keeps hugging him.
Cool. Yeah, that's nice. Thank you. So yeah. Carson. What's sort of Carson's? What do they get up to in school? Obviously we got this very straight-laced by the book thing. Are they sort of kind of a good student and all that? Is there any particular activities that they get up to in school?
Yeah, I think that I'm just kind of thinking of some really annoying sport for them to be. Yeah, they're definitely on. This school has a lacrosse team. I don't know if they do or not, but they can.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I think we see him. Oh, I don't know why I went for lacrosse because I don't know what any of the names of any of the positions are, but I think that he's one of the like offense players. I don't know the names of the positions, but he's one of the offense players.
Sure thing. Yeah, and I think yeah, I think we when I think when you get into school this morning, there is a you're kind of well, you won't be called to like the principal, I think, but your homeroom teacher calls you aside when you arrive for class today. When you arrive at sort of in the morning, and she'll say, "Up, good morning, Carson. I hope you're well this morning."
I'm doing well, and who's this?
This is your like homeroom teacher, who is we'll call her. She is Mrs. Irving.
Right. Okay. And Mrs. Irving, is there something you want to talk about?
Yes, there was. We have a new student starting today. I was hoping that you could show them around, give them the.
I have some after-school curriculars I'm committed to, but and I think he kind of trails off a little bit.
Well, if you think you are going to be too busy for this, then I suppose I understand. But it would be, I think, nice if you could show them around. You are, after all, one of the more dependable students here.
Is that at all telling her who I am? Her telling me who I am?
Yeah, I think it probably is, actually. I think I'm trying to think which that will be. I think that's probably her.
Sounds like at least moving danger or freak down, and maybe savior up, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I was torn between savior and superior, but yeah, I think savior makes sense. I think it will be savior up and savior up, freak down. I think that's
okay. I think that he knows that, like, he has, the extracurricular of being a superhero, but she's someone in a position of authority, and he's really bad at saying no to that. He's like, all right, I can who are they? I can I'm sure I can make some time. Won't come back to bite him overcommitting to everything.
Yeah, exactly. She'll say, of course, come in, and sort of she'll walk with you into. In fact, she probably at this point will take you to like the sort of the admin bit of the school, and sort of near the principal's office and stuff. And there is a boy there about your age. He is he's wearing kind of probably actually not that dissimilar to what you're wearing. He's got kind of something that looks approximating a school uniform on. He's got sort of smart trousers, polished shoes, and his shirt. He doesn't have a tie on, but he's got kind of a jumper over his shirt. And Mr. Irving say, yes, Carson, this is Ambrose Wilde. He is new to starting school today. He'll be in our class. So if you could help him settle in, that would be great. And the boy sort of stands up and offers his hand to shake and says, "It's nice to meet you, Carson. Ambrose Wilde, as the teacher said." He is, when he does, but he does have a obviously difficult to tell when it's me voicing it, but he does have a British accent as he.
Yeah. You too, Ambrose. And because I'm not at all competitive or anything like that, and I of course do not immediately view this other boy as competition for most straight edge kid at the school. I shake his hand and say, I'm glad to see that that someone else at school has a sense of propriety.
So, sorry if I wasn't quite sure. He'll sort of gesture. We wore uniform back home. I wasn't quite sure how things were done over here. We've only just got into the country, but no, it's nice to meet you, and I hope you can. Yes, he said, show me around, and I'll try and pick things up quickly.
And Carson. Well, all right. I just I might be called away unexpectedly for extracurriculars. Sports, you know.
Oh, of course. I used to be on the first 11 for cricket back at school, though I doubt I'll be playing any of that here.
Oh, we have a lacrosse team here. You should try out. Which, of course, again, not at all competitive.
Yeah, and I think we'll skip over briefly to Pryor. So I think I'm going to sort of give a. I think this is, we're probably skipping back a little bit. This is you're coming into school. I think Pryor a bit early for a kind of pre sort of morning practice with the baseball team. As you're heading in, you will notice Chejong has obviously headed in a bit early as well, but you'll see them being, I mean, not accosted in the sense of actually like threatened in any way, but you can tell a couple of people who are clearly like reporters have kind of surrounded them and are asking questions. They're sort of trying to do the thing of just like ignoring them and brushing past, but they are they are clearly trying to kind of get what they can. They've got kind of cameras on them. Obviously, you do know if you're already kind of cutting it fine for the beginning of practice, but what do you do?
I do a lot of practices. Maybe Coach won't freak out. I'm gonna make my way over to try to rescue Shejong because
Sure thing.
That seems like the place I would probably want to put my priorities, even though there's no good choice here. Yeah,
sure thing. So you get over, and like I said, it's not like it's not like there's any actual physical threat or anything to her, but it's obvious that she's not happy with the situation, and they are being quite persistent. They're sort of not the most sensitive of reporters.
I kind of just ignore the reporter, come up and grab their arm. Shishong, come on, we have to go, and try to extricate them from the reporter by pretending that there's some kind of school emergency.
That sounds great. I think actually I'm going to say this is probably I'm just thinking if there's a good move for this or whether it's more. Yeah, I think actually I might have you. No, I think.
I could be hitting mild-mannered.
Oh, you've got mild-mannered. Yeah, no, that is perfect. Then yeah, go for that. Yeah, so I was just thinking it's almost to defend, but there isn't quite enough actual danger here for that to make sense. But
right,
that's perfect.
Defend is a little bit of a stretch, but mild-mannered could work. So
yeah, no, that sounds good.
That a shot. All right, so mild-mannered is rolling with mundane, which again is my max out stat. So I rolled a 12.
Perfect.
Impressive die rolling. Yay! Sorry.
Yeah. No. So yeah, you will be able to you'll be able to kind of extricate Chejong from the reporters, and you lead them away, and they kind of let out a sigh as you get away and say, thanks, Pryor. It's been a weird couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit my fault, so I appreciate you taking it like a champ, Shizhong. I didn't realize this would blow up like this. I mean, this is like a whole city of supers. Why do they care about knockback? And okay, that was kind of huge with the Ferris wheel and everything, but that's totally Buggin's fault, right? I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's just I can't help feel a bit just useless in all of this,
What do you mean?
I mean, I couldn't when those people attacked, I couldn't do anything to stop them, and then I can't even deal with a few reporters on my own, it seems.
Well, I've been watching you on the news. I think you're doing great. Like, kind of a budding star. You should totally roll this into Insta or something.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I think, would you like to make a comfort and support there?
Yeah, that feels totally like what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Comfort and support. What is that? Mundane.
That is also mundane.
So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Another 2 out of 1 3. That's a fail, but that does get me advanced. But dang it!
Yeah.
Ouch.
And I think that I think actually, yeah, that's what I think you're able to. You obviously get them feeling a lot better, but like in doing so, this isn't now just a case of like being a bit late to practice. This you have to blow practice off completely, sort of thing. To I mean, if you think that's. Sorry, you're muted.
That's a miss. That's an appropriately terrible thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm into it.
Yeah, cool. Okay, and I think we'll have our first quick break there. So if we come back at call it 1:45, and I'll see you all then. Sorry, somehow managed to unpause and immediately repause recording again there, but. We're back now. So yeah, awesome. I think Uh, I'm going to throw things open to people at first. Is there any scenes that people would like to, or any characters I would like to interact with, whether that be in either mundane or superhuman personas? Or if not, then we can get into something else. But I just thought I'd give people a bit of space first if they wanted to catch up with anyone.
Checking Buggin, who is doing rough. Does Buggin have? Oh, you don't have any conditions, man. You're acting so insecure earlier. I kind of thought you had it. Oh, I was going to
Yeah.
support, but
Maybe I should just maybe I should just check one just to fit the narrative, right? She was angry. How about, yeah, I like insecure. Let's do that.
Sure, yeah, feel free.
Let's check them all.
Yeah.
What are you playing, a Nova?
Yeah.
Well, since Sheila's been spending time with Xia Zhong and Pryor in his secret ID, it might be an opportunity for the three of them to hang out. It would have to be later after practice, and I think Pryor would probably have to blow off picking up an extra shift at the pizza place, but at some point he has to make up things.
Would Pryor be not concerned or whatever, but like if Sheila's globdom de Zhejiang, does that change the dynamic of how Pryor saw their friendship?
I think
Not
Pryor
that
would
he
be,
does. Oh, go on. Yeah.
No. Pryor would be unsure right now. Like he wants Xie Zhong to have friends, and he knows Buggin doesn't have many, so that's a good thing. Like from a knockback perspective, this is all good, but also Xie Zhong is like Pryor's best friend, so there's that nervousness of like, am I going to be, because of all my other stuff going on, is Buggin going to be more available and a quote unquote better friend? So there are mixed emotions, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
You totally see the like twin thought clouds of, but Buggin really needs a friend, and she is young, she's awesome, or they're awesome, and then like, but what if Buggin's a better friend? But it could be a I don't know, like, are we thinking midweek? It could be a thing that maybe Carson has had to take along his new, what was the guy's name?
Ambrose.
Ambrose, yeah.
Ambrose. I knew it was an A word.
Could be lunchtime.
Could be lunchtime. Yeah, I dig that. Cafeteria, it's always possibility of a food fight. I mean, heartfelt discussion between, no, food fight. Oh, does Buggin bring her own like lunch to school, or is she a brown bagger, or does she get stuff at the cafeteria? I'm really curious.
Well, we'll say she brings it just to save money, right? They've kind of come here. She's just trying to help out her uncle as much as possible. So.
Yeah, I think Pryor probably buys lunch and goes out of his way to buy stuff for Xie Zhong if they're not eating. What do you think about, I don't know why I always find this question interesting, but Carson, do you think Carson is a brown bagger? Does he get stuff at the school to eat?
I think Carson is definitely a brown bagger, yeah.
Does Carson actually, does Carson have a real nice lunch container, or is it a brown bag?
Nice.
Oh.
It's like insulated, like,
That matters, okay?
Yeah, it's probably a fairly nice lunch bag, yeah.
Cool. I guess maybe knowing that Carson has some new person, maybe when he goes by, I'll just like motion like, "Hey, Carson, who's your new school uniform buddy?"
Yes, that's what we are. That's the exact definition of our relationship. This is Pryor. This is Ambrose, an up-and-coming sports star from across the Atlantic.
Whoa. Really?
Nice to meet you. Oh,
where are you from?
I'm from Sussex, but you're from you're Irish, presumably.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm from a small. I guess I don't know places in Ireland too much.
That's fine.
She's from a smaller town.
Yeah.
How about Croxtown? It's outside of Cork. Yeah,
Excellent.
I'm from Croxtown. Yeah, I just started here at the beginning of the school year.
In the in a similar position to me, then that's good to know. I'm not the only one. And he kind of grins. Is it all right if we join you?
Sure. Have a seat.
Yeah, and he'll sort of pull out a chair and pull one out for Carson as well as he sits down.
Oh, this guy. Carson takes the seat. Thank you.
No, that's all right.
Ambrose, what brought you to New Gauntlet City?
Oh, my father is here on business, so I came along.
Long-term business? Like you guys have moved here, or?
Yes, that's right.
Well, I'm going to be that guy. What does your dad do?
Oh, he is I'm blanking on the word. He's a diplomat.
Oh, cool.
Not an ambassador or anything, but he's working at the consulate here in Gauntlet City.
Wow, somebody really pulled one over if you ended up in St. Edmunds if your dad has such a nice job.
So, are you into anime? There's a anime festival that me and Jay Jung are gonna check out. We're gonna check out one of their slots this afternoon. Pryor was gonna come, but he has a baseball practice.
Yeah, Pryor's looks like, oh man, that definitely gets him. Nice.
I can't say as I'm all that familiar, but I suppose. Did you have any plans, Carson?
No, not at all. No. Did you have something in mind, Ambrose?
Well, I suppose we could join them in this anime festival thing if you're interested.
Oh, he's not interested at all. But yes, very.
Oh, that would be nice.
And yeah, the one they're having is it's a It's a Celtic. It's based on Celtic mythology. It's a sci-fi space epic Celtic mythology series they're showing.
Right up your alley.
Yeah.
How interesting. That will be interesting to see what they do with that, I suppose. And
Carson's mentally kneading his brow.
So Carson, I always was curious. What's with the uniform? It's just, I guess that's just what you like to do. Like, was it a punishment? Did you do something last year that they made you wear a uniform this year?
Oh, are you? It definitely sounds like, I wasn't going to say it before, but like when you bring that up, I feel like you are definitely trying to provoke someone.
Yeah. I think she's just trying to, yeah.
What are you trying to get me to do?
Okay. I would say, I think she's, I think maybe she's not consciously, but like she wants to see if she can lighten you up just as a fun thing. Like, is this guy really like this? Like, is this just an act? If I like poke at it, will it eventually crack?
Yeah.
Good. Yes, I'm here for this.
Awesome. So yeah,
And this is probably one of the things that everybody at school has wondered, but Sheila like doesn't know you shouldn't do this, right? Like maybe she's new enough that there's something she doesn't know about Carson that everyone else does.
yeah, awesome. So yeah, if you're provoking someone, then you roll with superior, and
Okay.
we'll see
So that's +1. Hey, wait a second. I clicked. Oh wait, I need to add the dice. There you go. 5, 6. There you go. She turns into a giant troll and trashes the whole lunchroom.
I think in my I think I'm probably actually here going to turn things over to Carson. And what do you think Carson's reaction to this is? And is there anything that you want to kind of
Is there anything I want to do? Oh, I mean, I can think of a few things, but they're so awful, and I don't have any conditions marked to justify it with. Yeah, I guess I'm turning it around, and I'm also going to provoke you right back that, well, I know that we can't all trash the lunchroom on a regular basis, Sheila.
Well, okay, yeah, all right. She's just like, yeah. Well, would you even like, have you ever gotten your hands dirty in your entire life? You just walk around like you're better than everyone. Like, have you ever actually had to struggle for anything in your life?
Yeah, and actually, does Red Spectre have a civilian name? I know that they said they've met him in civilian identity. Red Exorcist.
Diana? I don't know if she has a surname, but her first name is Diana.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I kind of lose my cool a bit, and I said, Diana says you're trouble, and I agree. And I am rolling to provoke you into trolling out.
Whoa. Whoa. This escalated quickly.
Wow, I
All
am
right.
definitely going to interfere with this.
All right.
That's why I said I can think of
Rich?
some pretty bad things. Like I'm trying to downplay it a bit that I am not intending to get you to troll out,
Right,
but I think
right.
definitely like saying that the Red Exorcist is like thinks that you are a threat is definitely something that I am inadvertently doing.
All right,
Yeah,
let's
cool.
do it. Superior 2.
Well, that's also a 6.
Perfect. Cool. So I think that this is the point where one of the in fact we'll go for that. Mrs. Decker, Nightbolt's mum, who is a teacher at the school, is walking past the table at the time, as sort of the raised voices, and she turns to you and says, "No fighting in the dining hall. I don't know what this is about." And she kind of points between the two of you, but you can both we can sort this out in detention, and she'll
I was responding in measured kind, and I am just completely not getting that. I am basically continuing to shout about this.
Yeah.
To some insults thrown at me by Sheila.
Like Sheila totally knows he's cracked, right? So now she's like, "Wait, what? I'm sorry. Did you want a carrot? I'm sorry. Did you want a carrot stick? I'm sorry. I was.
I don't want a carrot stick.
Both of you, control yourselves, please. This, as I say, detention, both of you, and be lucky I don't drag you both out of here now, but you will be civil with each other and with me.
Yeah, I marked angry. Just it felt
fair.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Decker.
I'm sorry. He told me I needed to wear the official school blazer more. So, my fault.
I didn't say that. And I'm like,
well, then there is no official school blazer, right?
And like there is definitely like a layer of frost is just starting to form on the table a little bit.
Maybe we should take this all down a notch. You've already gotten punishment. You don't want it to get worse, right? Right? I'm looking at a Carson, please.
Nope. I'm good. I'm good, Pryor. Thanks. Still like my fingers are just balled up into fists on the table. I'm fine.
So how's your tournament going, Pryor?
Thankful to move on. It's going all right. We've got a game against the Green Devils coming up, and I think we've got a shot. Richie is doing well on the mound. He's finally got his cutter working again. It's, things are coming together. If we could just pull this off for the tournament, I think it'd be really awesome.
And what do you play again? You're striker?
Sure.
The position it's striker, or?
I mean, it's technically center fielder, but it's not that far from striker. probably.
Okay, cool.
Striker's a soccer thing?
I think so, isn't it? Or
Yeah, yeah.
It's something.
I played some soccer when I was younger. I don't think we had positions because mostly it was whoever had the ball ran ahead of the throng of all the other kids chasing after him.
Yeah.
And one kid sat at the goal picking his nose. That was my experience with soccer. So, sure, center field's like a striker. Sounds good.
Sorry, no. And Jay Junior sort of chips in and says, "Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to seeing the match. I'm sure you'll do. I'm sure you'll do great, Pryor."
oh, wait, is your game the same time as the anime festival?
I don't know. Well, you said practice, but I'm happy if it's the game. Like that could be interesting too. Since we had a morning practice, it might be because we had a game in the evening.
Yeah,
Might be
yeah,
interesting to see which way Zhejiang goes, sort of deal.
Yeah, she had the. Oh yeah, they're going to be. Yes, that's good. I like that. And by the way, Zhejiang, don't worry about the game. It's fine. I mean, my dad's not coming, but I'm used to that, and I'm sure there will be more. The enemy thing only happens every once in a while, so don't worry about it.
Well, and you guys will win, right? So you guys are going to win, so you'll advance to the next round of the tournament, right? So
Yep. Just remember, Pryor, keep your eye upon victory and do not imagine defeat. I am giving the advice that I think my mentor would give.
nice.
And so I am I'm comforting and supporting you, but I'm rolling superior instead of mundane.
Nice.
I like
what
that.
I like the heroic tradition move. That's great.
Yeah.
But I am angry now, so it's only a +0. But it's an 8.
Excellent. Yes. Oh, on a 79 with compass and support, they can mark potential, clear a condition, or shift labels if they open up. Yeah. So
how does Pryor, just to see if they open up, how does Pryor react to this advice of just keep your eye upon victory and do not imagine defeat, Pryor?
Nice.
It's what I do before every game.
He'll pause and say that really, you sound like my dad. And it doesn't sound like it's a compliment, but he says, yeah, I'll do my best, but I just want to be part of the team, you know?
I mean, it's well and good to be part of the team, Pryor, but it's better to be a part of the winning team.
You're not wrong. It is more fun to win than lose, I guess.
Why did we let this guy sit at our lunch table again?
Wow.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Ambrose is probably like, oh God, do I have to hang out with this guy for the rest of the day? Ambrose is currently taking off his school uniform as quickly as he can to separate himself from Carson.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm sure Ambrose is also a highly successful superhero or villain, because why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't he be good at everything that Carson is good at?
Awesome. So, was there anything else people wanted to do in this scene, or are we happy to move on?
And to be fair, I think Sheila, the main reason she hangs out with Carson is because of moments like earlier.
Yeah. No, she digs this, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm fine moving on. Just wanted to comment.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. So yeah. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I had something in mind, and then I completely lost it. Yeah. So I think that sort of to establish where we're going. I think Carson is still going to. Sorry, not Carson. That Ambrose is still going to join you for this anime spectacular. But
Did you make it? Because we both have detention now.
that is a good point. That is a good point. So yeah, in fact, I think that will probably be the
I mean, I'm sure Sheila will just sneak out.
Wrong.
So yeah, I think that's probably how things will kind of break up over the course of the afternoon. Chejong and Ambrose will head off to go and watch the anime, while the two of you end up in detention. And Carson, sorry, I cannot keep the names straight today. And Pryor is off playing baseball. But yeah,
Should I change my name, or is Carson Pryor too mundane?
No, it's just my brain. I think it's
they are pretty mundane names. I mean, so okay.
It's so yeah, the and I think that where we are going to pick back up again is in detention. Kind of we'll say it's Mrs. Decker again, just for ease of not having to introduce new names. Mrs. Decker is kind of has come in, sort of set you both down. She sort of says, you know, I'll be back in a couple of minutes, but you know, don't try not to kill each other while I'm gone. And she heads out of the door. A couple of minutes later, there will be there is a sudden, like, loud crashing sound, and the room shakes as a sizable hole is punched through the wall, and a figure in a very sort of classic styled villain outfit will come in. It's you know, lots of lycra and a cape, and a mask across the eyes and the top of the head, and they probably have a big S on their chest, as this rather imposing figure strides through the hole that's been left in the wall.
I'm sorry, was the door locked?
They look you up and down. He looks up and down and says, good. Right one first time. Girl, I need you to come with me.
What? I don't know. I'm in detention. I can't leave.
It's not that big a deal. I've sneaked out of detention on more than one occasion, I can tell you.
So does this guy look evil, or like, does he have a vibe he's giving off?
The way he's talking, it definitely doesn't sound like he's asking.
Okay. Well, I think for foolhardy action, she's going to be like, detention's boring. Sure, why not?
You are going with the.
I mean, he punched a wall. That's kind of cool.
It's pretty cool. I can do more. I had to reel back in the power to not take down the whole building.
Sure. Let's see where this goes.
You do not know who this person is, Sheila.
Well, you want to come?
Oh. Are you provoking me again?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Because that's the only way Carson and Sheila communicate is provoking each other. All right, provoke. That is what is that a plus of?
Superior.
Superior. That's just a +1. Oh, 11.
And I think like Carson looks back down between, like, he would never admit that this is definitely more interesting than detention, but he looks down at like his bag and stuff, and then he like tosses his books into it, and he's like, fine, but only to keep an eye on you.
Okay, so it says, oh
yeah,
and
go
I
ahead.
guess we get one team in the pool, or one.
Cool.
All right.
Do you?
As it says.
Oh yes, we
for
get
PC.
mark. What? Yeah, right. Add a team to a pool is what you do on a 10, right?
Okay. And then if you don't come, you mark a condition.
Yeah, cool.
Come on, Carson. This should be fun. And you can look after me because evidently that's your
If we
job
end
or
up dead
something.
at the end of this, I am blaming you.
And he's sort of going to fold the guy's going to fold his arms, was just and say, look, this ain't exactly a social call. Oh, I'll take the both of you. Why not? I can always find something to do with you later. Come on, let's get out of here.
Yep. And yeah.
All right. Yeah, we stroll through the giant hole in the school.
I mean, there's a reason to not be in detention at when she comes back. Like, it's that.
That won't look suspicious at all. Us gone and a giant hole in the wall.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll just assume we were kidnapped. It's fine.
Yeah.
And he'll, as you kind of step out of the school, he'll reach into sort of under the little pouches on his utility belt and pull out a couple of black, small black bags and say, well, seeing as you're being so obliging here, do you mind putting these on?
Wait, what? What? Put this on her head?
Yeah, that's kind of the idea.
Good God! I mean, is there a camera somewhere? Is this like one of those wacky shows where they set you up? Like, is this punked?
No, it's okay. I took out the cameras already.
How about you take that bag and shove it up your mouth?
So you want to do this the I say hard way, the exciting way then?
She says, I guess, who the hell are you? Do you do you put black bags on everyone's head when you first meet them?
I mean, it depends very much on the situation, but I can't believe you've not heard of me. You must be really new off the boat. Name's Superior. I was semi-retired, but you know, I got a good job offer.
Superior, is that that's a Knockback's dad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah,
I think he said this much before, so I think you know.
yeah. Oh, whoa. You know, Carson, I hate to admit it, but you were probably right. Yeah, Sheila is going to come at this guy. Let me see what I do. When you provoke somebody with obvious threats and show of force, roll plus danger instead of plus superior. How about what I'll tell him? So yeah, I know he's Knockback's dad, right?
Yeah.
I'll be yeah, he'll say, wait a second. Knockback said you were in the they put you out to the old folks home. How'd you get out? So yeah, he's gonna provoke him.
Yep, sure thing.
11 plus 2, 13.
Cool. And sorry, what are you trying to get him to do here?
She is trying to. I guess that's a good question. She's trying to get him to explain his plan, whatever his.
Sure. Like I said, yeah, sure. I've been mostly retired, but somebody's willing to pay a lot of money for you, girlie. So, and I figured, I mean, snatching kids out of school ain't exactly my style, but you know, for the money that's being offered, I figured a nice, easy job. So,
Yeah, and now that he's dropped his name as well, could I roll with been reading the files?
absolutely.
So that is a 9.
Cool. So yeah, on a 79, I think that means you get to tell us what you've learnt about Superior from reading the files on them. One important detail.
So this is, just to clarify, when we were saying, this is in fact Pryor's dad?
That's right. Yep.
Okay.
So to give the brief rundown on Superior, he's basically a super strong, super tough flying type. He was definitely much more, like I said, much more on the the sort of muscle for hire end of being a supervillain. Much, basically purely motivated by money rather than any particular evil plan, as it were. And that's kind of the very thumbnail sketch from. Again, was rumored to, has theoretically been retired, possibly has informed on some people for the authorities too.
Yeah, I'll go with on a hit. I think that the important detail I've learned from my studies is that, just because I don't want to make Pryor's dad a complete terrible person, that during most of his criminal career, he was known to avoid too much casualties or human collateral on his jobs.
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah.
And the GM will tell me what, if anything, seems different from what I remember.
Yeah, sure. I will give you the thing that you think seems a bit different here is his this the way he's been acting. Certainly, it seems like what you know of him, but there's something. It would seem odd that that someone would pay him enough to do a job like this, because it would be a lot of money to get him out of bed for something like this, and everything just about it seems a bit off, but in the way that you don't think he's lying to you per se. There's something kind of just a bit, even the way he's speaking, it's just that very slightly, there's just something slightly off with what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But yeah, he in fiction he had just said that he had just talked about how this is just a job for pay.
Yep.
And does anything happen then, or?
And I think he's again going to say now. Sorry. Now you're gonna. I don't want to have to punch out a couple of kids, but I will if that's what it comes down to. Now, put the bags on and we'll get moving. Sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna say Sheila is she's gonna come at him. So she'll be like, I think she kind of wants to prove herself again. Do you know what I mean? That she can. Yeah. She's been kind of laying low. So yeah, we'll say she's slowly, she's running at him, and she's running fast. So she has the fur is kind of growing on her, and she basically tries to take him down. She'll try to she just kind of charges into him to knock him over.
Sure thing. That is definitely something I could directly engage to me. So if you would like to roll with danger.
Danger. 2. Yeah, that's a 10.
10, perfect. So on a hit, you exchange blows, and you get to choose 2 off of the list. So to resist or avoid their blows, to take something from them, to create an opportunity for your allies, or to impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Yeah, I would say, impress, surprise. I'm looking to get the jump on them. So kind of tackle them to the ground, and we'll say create an opportunity for Carson.
Awesome. Yes. So, and I think it looks like that you run into him, you slam into him, punch him. He is thrown back a few feet. He crashes. I think he sort of lands on one of the cars in the car park that you're in. Slams into it, and the car is crushed underneath his weight from the force that you hit him with. The alarm kind of does that. It half goes off before just kind of sputtering out again. You sort of get on top of him before he has much of a chance to react. He is going to headbutt you as you kind of get on top of him. It hurts. He is incredibly strong, and you can kind of feel that impact. I am going to ask you to take a powerful blow there.
Okay.
But you do still have him kind of on the back foot.
Roll plus conditions. So I have none, and you. Let's see what I get. 7.
7. So on a 7 to 9, you either lash out verbally and provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition on them. You give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
Let's see. Well, I kind of tackled him to the ground. We'll give him an opportunity.
Yeah, sure thing. So I think, in fact, we'll come back to that in a moment. As I think that, yeah, because I would like to go over to our baseball match in progress. Pryor, what is the situation on the field when we switch when we cut over to Pryor?
I think it's a perspective look over Pryor's shoulder. He's in center field, and center field like is hundreds of feet away from other humans. So it's over his view, and you see off of the distance there's this little white thing that is second base, and then there's the pitcher who's just like this little stick man, and the batter, like even the crowd is just this moving, undulating, like blobby thing of not even people, and he's just there waiting, and maybe there's a couple of panels of just standing in center field, always poised and ready for every pitch, and nothing happening for a while.
Yeah, and you are there in waiting. There's you kind of hear that the thunk of the of the bat hitting the ball. And then you hear a louder, well, possibly not louder, but certainly further away, crashing sound. And then you'll hear another couple of crashes, and you will hear that sound of a car alarm going off, as I said, kind of briefly before ending in a sort of strangled, squelching sound. What do you do?
I mean, I kind of I'll be probably just looking over, but I'm not going to just run off the field unless I have a little bit more confirmation. So it's probably a nervous look over shoulder, glancing, paying a little less attention to every single pitch, trying to figure out what's going on there.
Worried. Yeah. Would you like to roll to assess the situation?
I think I would like to do that thing. Okay. Assess is superior, and I'm not masked up, so my superior is a -1. I'm terrible at assessing situations. That will be a 10 - 1, 9. Yay!
9, excellent.
So I actually didn't do awful. I will say what here's the biggest threat? That seems like what I most care about right now.
Yeah, I think that is quite obvious here. There's that moment, and this ties back into sort of where we just left that scene before. So the way I'm going to kind of roll in those the couple of opportunities that were generated for both superior and for cold snap is that essentially while when superior headbutted Sheila to headbutted Buggum to get them off of him, he took off into the sky because obviously it gives him an advantage if he has that maneuverability. But obviously he's at the moment he's still not really paying any attention to cold snap because as far as he's concerned, you're a kid at school, so whatever. But yeah, Pryor, as you're kind of like scanning the horizon, you see a figure take off into the air. They're quite clearly, hovering a good few feet above the ground. And it's that thing where when you know someone well, you can kind of recognize them just from their silhouette.
You know how my dad flies?
Yeah.
He never looks like he's putting forth the effort.
Yeah.
The worst. Oh crap, that's not good. If he's out, he's not doing nice stuff. I probably see the green, the gray, and the black of his costume across the evening sky. And I'm looking around like, oh God, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Look up, and there's only 2 outs, and I'm like, I can't run off the field, but what if he's hurting people? Oh man, I think I'm going to fake an injury.
Sure thing. That sounds good.
Sounds like mild mannered.
I was going to say that sounds like mild mannered again.
Okay, yeah, I'll be like, oh, I think I've got a cramp, and then I'm going to not just sit and wait for a doctor to come to me, but start hobbling off the field because I don't have time to sit and wait.
Sure thing.
And then I'll mild mannered it up. Let's see how this goes. Oh, this is so bad. 4 and 2, but I'm rolling with mundane, so that means it's a 9.
Sure thing. So yeah,
I think I'm forced to make a fool of myself to sell it.
Yeah, that is fair. I think.
I'm like whimpering with pain. Oh, this is bad. I'm going to get razzed by the team.
Yeah. Absolutely. But perfect. Yeah, but you are able to slip away, and we will see. I'm sure your entrance on the scene in a moment. But yeah, Cold Snap. As I say, as Superior has sort of they've raised up into the air, but they're clearly not like even really registering your presence at the moment. They clearly don't have any fear or suspicion that you are anything other than an ordinary school kid. So what would you like to do?
Figures Buggin would take the direct approach. And as I'm saying that, I'm summoning up my ice armor, and I'm raising up this set of like ice shards around me, kind of in a swirl, and then I shoot them up at our supervillain up here.
Yeah, sure thing. That sounds like that's probably directly engage. Yep, cool.
I'm rolling though with plus freak rather than plus danger because I am venting my frustration.
Excellent.
And that's a 9.
A 9.
And
Excellent.
I mean, unless Buggin wants to help,
2,
then yeah.
Right? No, but you also get plus 2.
Plus 0. My freak's 0.
Ah, sorry, looking at the wrong character. Cool.
I mean, unless Buggin here wants to help.
Yeah, how does that happen?
You spend a team from the pool, and you say how your character helps.
Okay.
Right?
Sounds good. So what, you were making some ice shards?
Yeah.
What if I jump up, grab him? Can I yank him down into the path of the ice shards?
Yeah, sure thing.
Cool. So that brings us up to a full 10.
Nice. So as ever, you get to choose 2 off of that list, and obviously we'll trade blows.
Yeah. Let's see over here. Move sheet.
Yeah, sorry. So the because I've got it in front of me.
No, yeah, I have him right here.
Yeah, cool.
I'm going to create an opportunity for my allies, and yeah, I want to take something from them. I want to ground them.
Yep, sure thing. Taking their flight away as you sort of freeze them to the ground. Yeah, that sounds good. Perfect. And I think what we'll do now is we'll take another quick break. We'll come back. We'll come back in about 5 minutes' time, and then we'll do our team coming together. I think as Pryor arrives on the scene. Cool. I'll see you all in a moment. Cool. Cool. Yeah. So I think well, in fact, I'll throw it over to Knockback first. How does it look when Knockback arrives on the scene?
Oh man, I get to okay.
Wow, Superior, you really should have stayed in retirement, punk!
Whoa!
As Knockback comes, kind of running across and leaps up to stand on, I don't know, an SUV of some kind to yell up at him.
Yeah, and I think Superior kind of looks over towards him and said, "Hey, I know you. You're that kid from the train job the other month. For Pete's sake, you can't go anywhere in this town without running into a bunch of capes these days. It's getting ridiculous." And he sort of starts trying to kind of flex out of the ice that's encasing him. But at that point, I think we will go for our words for our when you engage a threat as a team. So we add 2 to the team pool. Does the leader have? Okay, so I suppose the question here is: who do people see as the leader in this situation?
I think Buggin started fighting back. That's probably the worst idea that I said.
I know.
I think that's the only one that
God help us all. But
like
yeah.
you initiated this, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
We're talking smack.
Sorry, struggling with tabs. Yeah, so Buggen, do you have influence over every teammate?
I don't have anything over Carson.
Nope.
So,
Yeah.
No.
Sure thing. Does everyone have the same purpose in the fight?
I mean, I'm to take out Cold Snap. Not Cold Snap. Superior.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. I guess I will ask: do you Knockback? Is your intention here to take out Superior as well, or is it more complicated than?
I mean, I want to stop him, but I also don't want him to go to jail. So I want him to escape without hurting anybody.
Yeah, sure thing. That is fair. Does anyone mistrust the leader of the team?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sure thing.
Well, I don't have to answer it.
So remove a team from the pool. However, the last question is if your team is ill prepared or off balance. And honestly, I don't think you are. You at the point we're going into this, you've actually got a fairly you're already in a good position against Superior, so I don't think you're particularly off balance here. Cool. So yeah. Yeah, so I think we can see, as I said, Superior is starting to kind of push back against the ice, and we can see those sort of cracks starting to form in it. And I guess I will go back to Knockback. What are you going to do?
So he's currently encased in ice because of Cold Snap and trying to...
Yep.
Sweet. So the first thing I'd like to do is I've got my mask. I'd like to go ahead and swap once per session.
Sure thing.
I can affirm my heroic identity. So switch my mundane with my mask's label. So my savior is my thing. So we're going to go to a 3 savior and a 0 superior and yeah. So, but I want to directly engage because I got an advance. So the plan is to I'm going to try to take him down while he's held I've got Suck It Demission,
yes.
which I took from the Beacon playbook. So now I get to roll Savior plus Danger instead of Danger to directly engage the threat. So that's my hope. Is
But it says when you're dramatically under fire.
oh, dang, you're right. So, dang, got so excited that I'm not fulfilling that.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, no, probably not quite at the moment. Yeah, he's
No, not at all.
contained
Not
at the
at
minute.
all.
So
Sorry
yeah,
about that.
no, that's okay.
But I'll still be doing the thing. I just rolling with crap stats.
Yeah, no worries.
My danger is a 1 though, so I'm not the worst, but probably not great. Crap. Did I lose the bowling page? Okay, I'll grab it off the move sheet. Sorry. Must have closed that somehow.
No worries. I think it's. I linked it in the top of the chat as well.
Yep, I've got it.
Cool.
I got an 11. Yay.
Perfect. Yeah. So
I think it's a thing where he kind of climbs up on top and double hammer fists Superior as he's trying to break out. And I will trade blows, which means this is not good for me, but I want to. Yeah, I want to resist or avoid their blows. Like the thought balloon of one hit from Superior could break my neck.
yeah, exactly.
And I'll create an opportunity for my allies.
Perfect. Yeah. So I think as you leap down, he's got the upper half of his body is free. He goes to kind of sap your way, but you get out of his way before he can. And as he's kind of like tracking you in his vision, he is distracted. And Buggen, you reckon that you have he's definitely his focus has been split off of you now.
Cool. And he's still trapped, right?
Yep, his feet are trapped anyway. He can't
Okay.
he can't fly up at the moment.
Yeah, I think Buggin's going to jump on him and just tell him to submit, right, to give up.
Sure thing. Yeah, sure thing. And
I guess that's a provoke. Is that?
yeah, that will be a provoke. Yep, and your what's it? Your move will definitely apply for this one. If you're kind of grappling him and what's it called? Yeah, you've got a head you don't need. You can roll that with danger.
Yeah. Well, I'll say I got him in some sort of wrestling move.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's see. Plus danger. Oh, 5 plus 2, so that's a 7.
Cool. So on a 7 to 9, they can instead choose to
Or you choose one.
Yep. Sorry, I've lost it. So they can stumble, or overreact. I think he is going to overreact, and you can see that he is angry now, and he kind of snarls and says, "Girly Superior, don't back down. Superior, don't submit to no one." And he kind of like flexes all of his muscles for a moment, throws you back from him. The ice sort of shatters as he breaks free from it. But you can tell that you've got under his skin, and you will gain influence over him.
Awesome.
And yeah, freed from the thing, he is going to wheel back onto his original focus of Buggen, and he is going to throw throw a punch towards towards Buggan, and yeah. Is anyone going to intervene in this?
Yeah, go on.
No.
My defense sucks. Or no, am I still? No, I don't have it anymore. Okay, cool. Yeah, someone wants to help out. Let's do it.
I mean, I would. I just don't want to step on Cold Snap's toes, but I'm pretty good at Savior. It's kind of my thing, so.
Oh, you can go ahead. Sure.
All right, sweet. I'll defend. Here comes. Bladow. I rolled a crap 5, but I've got a +3 in Savior now. Yay. So it's an 8. On a 7 to 9, it cost me. Expose myself to danger. Sounds good. I'll expose myself to danger.
Yeah, sure thing.
Everyone else will escalate the situation, I'm sure.
Yes. So you will like come in at yeah. How does it look as you protect Buggan from the punishing blows of Superior?
I think it's just as simple as knockback dashes over, runs across. Are we still in a parking lot?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like he dashes over top of a couple of cars and then grabs Buggan, kind of half hugs a giant troll enough just to move her out of the way, more than knock her to the ground or anything, but just like adjust.
Yeah, sure thing.
Not there.
And I think that works. That works, and you avoid the sort of like these punches that can like shatter concrete. But as you are there, he just reaches out a hand and grabs you by the elbow in one of his in his like vice-like grip, and sort of has you not quite at his mercy yet, but certainly has you in a tricky position. Cold Snap, what do you think you're doing while this is going on?
I think that, like, I think Cold Snap wants to end this, and I think that he tries to because he's gotten a hold of knockback, and I think he's trying to kind of manacle together like Superior's hands with by encasing them in ice.
Sure thing. That sounds like that's probably going to be unleashing your powers, I think.
Yeah. Or it might be Savior, depending on or defensive.
Yeah, that's true. Which of those do you think you're more interested in doing here?
I think I'm more interested in trying to apprehend Superior, just to create some interesting drama.
Sure thing. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to go with unleash your powers.
Yeah. That's a 10.
That's a 10. Yeah, perfect. So you you freeze his hands as he's sort of like trying to put knockback into a full-on hold. You freeze his hands together into a block of ice. Once again, you can kind of see him like straining against them, but he's not able to get any leverage on them at the moment, and he is clearly struggling.
All right, knockback. I'm gonna give Red Exorcist a call. I'm sure she'll know what to do here.
And I will say Sheila wasn't totally, well, basically Sheila, what I'm thinking is she's all into it, and she didn't realize that they're just trapping him. And what I'm thinking is she picked, Superior doesn't have knockback, right? Superior's just like
that's right. His hands are frozen together now, so knockback would be able to swarm out easily.
Sheila wants to pick up a car and swing it and like a bat to hit Superior.
Wait, so also to check, I just want to actually clarify for myself now, because so I know that this guy is Pryor's dad, right? Or do I not?
No, you probably know that he is Knockback's dad. I think actually,
I like that.
I suppose
Oh,
you
yeah.
may or may
Because
not.
I know Pryor from civilian life
That's true.
because
So it seems like you would know because the Red Exorcist and Superior did something. So
yeah, but so do I know that he's Knockback's dad, and do I know that Knockback is Pryor?
let's say no because I get XP when I reveal it, and I may
Yeah,
be
okay.
forced to reveal it right now, which on the third or fourth game
Okay.
session is great. So
Yeah.
into it.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify fictionally what I was doing
Yeah,
here. All right.
that's fair. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Sheila's all fired up. She's fully turned into her troll form, bugging form, and she picks up a car and is running to swing it at a Superior, even though Superior is currently shackled, right?
Is Superior? Does it feel like Superior's down, and this would harm Superior, or is it the kind of thing that would knock him out? Because I'm okay with him getting knocked out. He's pretty tough.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I suppose the from a tactical, logical point of view, it's unlikely to do him any lasting harm being hit by a car, even with the sort of force that that Buggen can put behind it. Whether or not that comes out in your immediate reaction, I don't know, but certainly it's not going to be at any serious risk to his life here, at any rate.
Then I'm good with him getting KO'd. Like knockback doesn't move to stop.
Sure
Buggen.
thing.
Cool. All right. Danger. And I get a +2, +1.
That's correct. Yep.
Yep.
You have
All
influence
right.
over him. Yep.
Whoa! A 2, +3. What could go wrong? What could go wrong?
Oh, yeah. I have to decide what I want to have happen now.
Buggen, always, always helping out.
Exactly. I think. Sorry, bear with me 1 second.
I'm gonna make Carson my rival. I think that
That is very fair.
It seems rivalry.
Yeah, when I was gonna say also, like, if we have a moment of celebration together, you'll have an opportunity to make me your rival anyway.
Yeah.
You're not terrible. Oh, you're such a stick in the mud.
Yeah, I think actually that is going to be. I think that's going to be the move. So I was just thinking I wanted to go with that. So I think what's going to happen is you come in, and
Although, yeah, it does say you can change it at any time. So I guess technically, if you want to change me to being your rival, because this is pretty impressive, it would take you up to a 6. Actually, no. Also, you take +1 ongoing to any action that impresses your love or frustrates your rival. So would this be impressing your love?
Night Bolt's my love.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
yeah, no worries. So yeah, I think you slam into into him with the car. The blow like knocks him into the air. It is the car, sort of the car itself almost like shatters on impact with him, because of the force that you're wielding it and the and his toughness. It just, the car itself is like destroyed very visibly and violently. Superior's thrown back through the air, and lands in a crumpled heap on the floor. And I think that this is the point when I want to. Yeah, I think in fact actually we will say. Do I want? No, I think. Sorry, I'm just going to quickly. Check, but there is going to basically another hero is going to arrive on the scene. I'm just going to check who is an appropriate person to bring in. So if you'll bear with me 1 second.
No one's appropriate.
Yeah.
Don't take my dad to jail. He's just idiots.
Oh yeah, no, that's the police. Sort of we've kind of had the little siren sound effects coming up, but sort of the sort of several police cars will kind of screech to a halt in the parking lot, and the police will sort of get out and start surrounding the area, and you recognize Knockback. Captain Anna Nicholas is in one of the cars, and she sort of gets out and says, "Retired my ass."
Yeah, great job. I'll go ahead and take Superior to jail.
Then he's going to.
Why would we do that, Knockback? That seems like a terrible waste of time.
Not a waste of time for me to make sure the bad guys end up paying for their crimes.
I think we can handle this, kid. And she is clearly
I'm definitely piercing Knockback's mask.
Go for it, yeah.
And that's a 7. Unless Knockback is interfering.
Nope. I considered helping.
Yeah, so what are you really planning?
He's totally going to set Superior free. Yep. I mean,
yeah, I come in close to you, and I am staring you down through my icy like armor. Knockback, I do not know what stupid shit you are thinking of pulling right now, but we are handing Superior over. Are we clear?
And I lean in and turn off the voice mod and say, "Carson, it's my dad. Please. They'll lock him away. I'll make sure he doesn't do anything else to anybody." And I'm going to provoke, I guess. So I'm not great at provoking, but I'll try.
Yep.
Superior, if I remember correctly, my superior is -1. Yeah, built for this. Built for this, I mean, totally not. Oh
Hey.
my gosh, I got an 11. -1 is a 10. So with provoke on a PC, I will.
I think it's both, actually, isn't it?
Yes, both. It's both. Yeah. Sweet, perfect, good. No choice. That way I don't have to feel guilty.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, I should actually clear that. I look at you, knockback, and don't forget to mark potential. For revealing your identity, I mean. You know what, officers? I think that Red Exorcist is going to want to have a word with him first, if that's all right. You know that I work for her, right? And I kind of like, I'm looking over at Knockback, and I'm like, yeah, we're definitely taking him to Red Exorcist at least, is the look in my eyes.
Sure thing. Would you like to, again, that's probably going to be a provoke unless you have a specific move around fighting your leader. I can't remember.
No.
I 100% intend on helping you because I'm okay with meeting with Red X or Assist.
That is a 5, so
it would take both of us helping to make
yeah,
that.
I will actually look over at
The buggin'?
No, I'm thinking how do I want to frame this?
Because I'm thinking we bring buggin' into this.
No, I was totally gonna say that, like, oh, I kind of wanted to hint at it somehow, but I don't think I can work it in well. I know that you know that she's already keeping an eye on Buggin over there, right? I guess, yeah, I'll bring that in. I am demeaning a teammate to push my
harsh.
superior up and my
savior, maybe?
Yeah, probably savior down. And how is Pryor helping with this?
Let's see. Yeah, I think Pryor will shift the modulator back on and say,
he's still conscious. Listen, we've got it.
And I think that the captain is going to drop the butt of her cigar onto the ground and crush it under her boot and say, "Fine, you take him to Red Exorcist, but you screw this up, this will be your asses, not mine."
Yeah, it'll be someone's ass, all right. And I am kind of looking directly at Knockback when I say this.
Awesome. I think we'll probably skip. We'll probably have the bit. We'll probably have some stuff with Red Exorcist at the beginning of next session. But I will just give you kind of a few moments if you want to. If you do want to have any last team celebration or vulnerability moments between you, or anything else, then that's cool.
Yeah, I kind of look back over at Buggin, and I have to say, Buggin, it was surprisingly fun cutting detention with you.
Yeah. Not you're not too bad yourself. You even like got your uniform a little scuffed up. So yeah, looks a little better.
What I get this immediately is like setting off. Like I am trying to inspect my uniform to see what's out of place.
Yeah, the rips in it make it look a whole lot cooler.
Oh, there are no rips, are there? And I'm just like completely looking it over. But yeah,
It's on your back. It's on the back. There's a big rip on the back.
yeah, I'm like trying to turn around, look at my back. Yeah, and I assume that you are. Do you want to share a triumphant celebration with someone?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. So yeah, I've got. So for the protege, when you share a triumphant celebration with someone, ask them if you've been a good leader or effective teammate. If they say yes, your mentor loses influence over you and you mark potential. If they say no, your mentor gains influence over you and you take +1 forward on using the label your mentor embodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a good teammate.
I guess we've played out how that looks already.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I mark potential and I'll mark that they do not have influence over me.
Sorry, let me just scrolling. I could actually just look on the thing, but when you share a triumphant celebration with someone for Bug-On, this is you can make them your love or rival immediately to mark potential. If they are already your love or rival, take influence over them and mark potential.
And if you want to have already changed me to your rival, that's fine.
Yeah, can we? Is that okay? So
Yeah,
let's do that.
you sort of mentioned it shortly ago, so that's fine by me.
Okay, so add influence.
Yeah, that's right.
And act potential. Cool.
Cool. And
so I just want to check in. It feels like, well, that reveal clicked over my share of vulnerability or weakness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's also fair. So yeah, if you'd like to go through that, Rich.
Yeah, so when you share a vulnerability or weakness with someone, tell them a secret about who you really are. I did that with Carson. Give them influence. So now, Carson, you have influence over Pryor and Knockback. And then shift your mundane up, which was at a 0 because of the mask thing, and your mask's label down.
Sure.
Which is Savior, so it goes to a 2.
Yeah, cool. Perfect.
And I think the secret is definitely like my dad is.
Yeah. And what's the what's sort of the last little shot we get of Knockback or Pryor for that matter, Rich, at the end of this?
I think the last shot is that we have Superior and we're carrying him to see the Exorcist, and he looks over at the scoreboard of the game, and the team is behind.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Perfect. Brilliant. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to stop our recording here. Oh, no, I am not, because I am going to remember that we have end of team moves.
Right. We do have that stuff.
I always forget. So, end of session moves. As ever, at the end of every session, choose one. You grow closer to the team. Explain who made you feel welcome. Give influence to that character and clear a condition or mark potential. Grow into your own image of yourself. Explain how you see yourself and why. Shift one label up and another down. Or finally, grow away from the team. Explain why you feel detached. Take influence over you away from another character. I'll go through in character keeper order. So, Bug-On, which of those do you feel applies to you this time?
Yeah, I think Bug-On's kind of proud with what she did. In the sense that she was like the nominal team leader, and it, didn't blow up in her face. So what is that? Shift labels and a mark potential. Is that what it is?
If you think that's growing close to the team, that is, you give someone influence and clear a condition or mark potential. Or if you grow into your own image of yourself, then you shift labels.
Yeah, I was just going to do the grow into my own image. Of yourself.
Sure thing.
Yeah,
sure thing. Yeah, no, that's cool. So yeah, you just get to shift one label up, one down. Cool.
All right.
And knockback. How about you?
Closer to the team, I revealed my dark secret, and Carson made me feel welcome. So you get influence. You already had influence because I just gave it to you. Double dip, but because you get influence again, you can shift my labels.
Hmm.
And I have no condition, so I will mark potential.
Sure thing.
While Steven's thinking that over, Steven pointed out that there's a move in the Legacy playbook that I can probably hit more often rather than Psychodomitan.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
Fight the Good Fight is what I took instead.
Perfect.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's good. Is that the one where you can't choose to?
Yeah, you can't impress, surprise, or frighten your foe if you're doing it.
Yeah, that's
because
cool.
you're pulling your blows.
Yeah. No, that's good. I like that move.
Yeah.
Me too.
I think that probably I'm gonna play into that thing earlier. I'm shifting your superior up and your mundane down.
Oh man. Superior up. Oh yay. So my superior goes to a 0. Yay.
Look, we need it to be a team of winners, Pryor.
Oh, God. Oh no. I have to agree with that. That's good. That's
Brilliant.
really good.
Thank you. And yeah, last but not least, Cold Snap. How do you feel after all that?
Yeah. I think that I think I grew closer to the team.
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of angry at Pryor still. I think I grew closer to Buggin.
Sure thing.
And you already have influence over me, so you get to shift my labels.
Okay. How about superior down and let me see. Danger up. Oh wait, I was looking at the wrong person. But yeah, same thing.
Okay.
Feel like you don't seem as much of a stuck up whatever, and you're good in a fight.
Sure thing. Perfect. Well, thank you. And now I will stop our recording now that I've remembered to do